Hey loves, how are you? So it's been like 2 or 3 weeks since I've been to the garden, right? I've just had some things going on and was unable to get down here, but I want to show you some things because the tomatoes are so happy. Like, they are growing like crazy. Let me show you here. If you can see this one over here, right? Look at all of those babies there that are popping up. And then this one over here is like there's little bees doing their thing, pollinating and all that fun stuff. We've got Swiss chard coming in and parsley down here. Let me show you. Ta-da! We had a little bunny that was nibbling on it before, but seems to be letting. And then, sorry, I'm so excited I can't even finish sentences here. Let me show you the basil. Look at this. Look at how massive and beautiful this basil is coming up and in, right? Like, oh God, you all know I love basil so much. Sen, look at this right here. Ta-da! Seriously, look at those beautiful zucchinis, right? Seriously, my mouth is salivating already because I'm thinking of zucchini quiche. Holy crap, those are monsters. We've had so much rain, so they are so happy, right? Love it, love it. Things are starting to come up. Some weeding to do, of course. Peppers. Y'all, I don't know what's going on with the peppers. They're just kind of stuck. They're just hanging out, not really doing much. That's okay. We all have different seasons of growth, right? So let them be dormant. Let them just kind of hang out, enjoy their time. But I wanted to give you a little update because it's always fun when I come to the garden and see the progress, right? There's just something about being able to see the progress, the fruits of our labor, literally, in this case, but also as it pertains to self-care. And as it pertains to this process that we've been on, this journey that we've been on of digging into deeper levels of self-awareness, right? And digging into those loops that are in our head and the chatter that kind of gets stuck in our mind and trying to figure out where is that coming from and why is that there and all the different things. And so that's part of the reason why I really haven't been here much the last couple of weeks is that, I've mentioned this before. This isn't just talk for me. This isn't just like me sharing with you these practical tips and tools and ways to grow more of a purposeful mindset and more of a self-aware kind of mindset. I live this stuff, right? I take time daily to process through these different things too. And the past couple of weeks have been some challenging things have popped up and crept up and come up, and took me a little while to move through it this time. Sometimes it does, right? Sometimes we're able to identify it and we're able to move through it and we're able to figure it out, and other times it just takes time. And so that was my situation these last couple of weeks. I've had some pretty big emotions come up about a couple of different things, and like there's the surface level emotion, and then when you press into that to see what's going on underneath, there's all these different tentacles of things, that there's these sub layers of stuff. And so it took me a few weeks to move through this last round. And I'm happy to say that, it was really difficult. It was challenging. There were a lot of days of just crying and trying to figure out what's at the root here and trying to figure out what's going on underneath. And when things started popping up, pressing into that and making the space to journal and making the space to just sit with the emotion and making the space to just really dissect it and let whatever comes up kind of comes up, right? And so through that, some things that I thought I had worked through came up, and then they were connected to some other things, and I recognized a big emotional block that I was having that I didn't know was there, right? And so the positive is that it took a little while to get there, and it was not fun. It's been an emotional couple of weeks, and like I said, lots of tears, lots of big emotions, lots of breathing, and meditating, and walking, and centering, and journaling, all of those different things. Yet what I can say is, once I recognized this peace that came uncovered, and the way that this peace had an emotional hold on me in some ways, I was able to release it. And the positive outcome from that is once I released that, boom, 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 like dominoes, these series of amazing things popped up, one right after the other, after the other, after the other. It was like 5 amazing things all in the course of a 36-hour time span that popped up in my life that are going to open some amazing doors for me, right? After a bit of a journey through some things. So I look forward to sharing more about that with you. But for now, I just wanted to encourage you. Is this work always easy? No, it's not. And so you go at it at your own pace with no expectation, right? You go at it with your own pace with no expectation that you're going to move through stuff quick. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, and that's okay, because it's not about the time. It's not about the time. It's about the internal process, the internal work that's happening, right? And even in the course of this, like I've been saying to you, there's much of self-care and there's much of self-awareness that is independent. We do it, the processing, and yet there is also this element of community and this element of support and this element of reaching out to people who hold space for us when we need that. And that's what I did too. Reached out to a couple of my friends and we did some processing together and just holding space to feel it and to support me as I moved through some things, right? So I'm just encouraging you, if you're going through some things and you're getting frustrated because you feel like you're not progressing, it's not a competition, love. It's not a competition. It's about taking the time to feel. Sometimes it takes time to just feel. We are part of this culture and part of this society that's so productivity driven. Bang, 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 right? Think about how overscheduled we are as people. Think about how overscheduled our families are. Think about how overscheduled our work life is. Think about how overscheduled our precious children are and what we're teaching them. But that's a whole other thing for another day. But so sometimes it takes a little while to get out of that mindset, that go, 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 deflect, 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 push everything aside, just be and do, not be, do. Productivity, right, is focused on outcome. It's focused on doing. The work of self-care, the work of deeper self-awareness is focused on being present, on being fully centered and fully connected, right? And so sometimes it takes a little while to shift our mind out of that mentality of productivity to come to this place of truly just connecting with ourself again, right? And so maybe that's you. Hang in there. Keep at it. It's not a competition, right? You go at your own pace. It will get easier. It becomes a lifestyle. It becomes part of your daily and weekly and monthly rhythms. So hang in there and keep pressing in, because your wholeness is worth it, right? Your ability to stand in all of who you are is worth it. The level of internal growth that happens when we become more self-aware is worth it. And the opportunities that come to us as a result of all of that are worth it. But at the essence of it all, it's just because of who you are, right? Not anything that you do, not any title that you have, not any status that you achieved. It's the simple fact that you are a breathing human being with a heartbeat and an incredible purpose on your life. You are worth the time, effort, and energy of creating the space and rhythms in life for these deeper levels of self-awareness. So continue to hang in there. I'm gonna pick one of those zucchinis. I'm gonna leave the other one for my garden mate, but I'm gonna pick one of those, and tonight I am having zucchini quiche to celebrate.